Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to e-rev.tv, the electronic revolution. Hopefully you just tuned in for our RS versus Terror Australis. God, their name was really messing me up. But I think RS won that 3-1, so obviously pretty cool stuff. They were only able to bring us one best of 3 due to some time restraints. So what they're going to do for us, because they're so cool, is put a show match on between RS Maker and RS Ver. It's going to be a best of 5, so we're going to be bringing you some good games, unless you know, one of these guys gets 3-0'd, and that's a little unfortunate. But still, they should be really good games. Ver was playing Terran. I know Maker does play Terran, so this might be a TVT. And as soon as they're ready to go, we'll be jamming. We'll be jamming. First match, our first game's gonna be on Zelnaga Caverns, TVT. So pretty standard stuff. We'll probably see a lot of turtling, a lot of macro. I wouldn't expect to see. Well, who knows? This is a show match between guys in a clan that are just doing this for fun for us. So maybe we'll see SCV rush across the map. That'd be fun too. And casting with me tonight is Trey. I do think he did step away from his computer because we did take a little break in between the ESEA match and this show match. But he will be back in a second, and he will be casting with me. And he is he is back, and he's our Terran player, so he's got 200% knowledge on what's going to happen today here. So what are you thinking about this TBT, Trey, on Zelnaga Caverns?
100% knowledge. Terran versus Terran. Okay, now I see what's going on. Terran versus Terran is actually one of the more interesting mirror matchups, I think. It evolves a little bit every time you watch it. Or the longer SC2 progresses, the more you see. I've seen all bio builds, obviously popular Tank Viking. I've seen a Ghost first build made popular by QXC, which is pretty good if they go Marines first. And it's, yeah. It's always changing, so you never know what we're going to see.
I think TVT at this point comes down to firepower versus mobility. It's you have to decide what you want and take advantage of what you have.
It depends. A lot of things depend, because early on in the game, a couple tanks by themselves are not good. Marauders will obviously steamroll tanks if there's only a couple of them. But later on, when you have high concentrations of tanks, you need something else to deal with it. What's good though about an all bio army versus an all tank, or not all tank, but a lot of tank army, is the mobility. A tank army is not going to have as big of a mobility as a bio army is. You can do drops all over the map, and it seems like to your opponent that you're everywhere at once, and you're controlling all the empty space, and they feel kind of constricted. So unless they're I feel like for close positions, a more tank-heavy army is good, and for long positions, cross positions, it's a lot better to go a more bio-heavy army. And I mean, you might see Banshees early, or some kind of harassment like that, but that's usually not gonna translate into the late game. And here we go, Maker versus Ver. First game, Zelnaga, for a best of 5 show match. RS.
On Zelnaga Caverns, what?
I keep wanting to say Reaction, but it's Revolution. Revolution Sport.
Don't you dare get their stuff wrong. They've been nothing but polite to us, Trey. They've been nothing but great to the e-rev and Team Liquid community.
rsgaming.com is the website if you want to check them out.
Alright, well, let's start this off in the top right corner of Zelnaga Caverns. Spawning there is our orange Terran RS Maker. Damn. And spawning opposite in the bottom left corner is our blue Terran RS Ver. And actually, I think Ver and Maker both won their matches 2-0, so let's see who the better Terran is. How about that? Ooh, sick. These guys are fighting for bragging rights.
But they also have another Terran who's also very good, called Neens. Like we talked about earlier, he was very, very dominant in the beta and kind of took a break for personal reasons, and then now he's back, you know, playing competitive again, and he's still doing well.
Unfortunately, my favorite Terran right now has to be VT Poke Bunny. I just mean the kid's 15. He's dominating. He's dominating.
Very true.
He's
And I don't even like how good he is now. I like how good he could be if he continues his trend in the
that's
future.
really what it is for me too. I mean, this kid is already playing against people like, EGRS Energy. I mean, he's playing these guys, and I mean, like a lot of the guys like that have been playing since Brood War, stuff like that. And this kid's 15. He's on that level. I swear. Like in 2 years, I'm really hoping that kid is like one of the dominant players because he has that opportunity
Yeah.
in front of him.
And looking
Well,
at either one of these bases, if you didn't have the colors, it's kind of exactly the same right now. Except for, actually, he just built his second depot before he... It's kind of different. Never mind. Thanks for making me look like a jerk, Maker.
Let's make her specialty. I heard making people look bad.
Barracks are done. Marine going out for Ver, but Maker is choosing to wait and get that orbital command while he's built that second depot first. I don't know if that's going to come into play later on in his build or what's up, but that is a little bit different.
I think he's opting to expand here is why he's saving up all his
fast
mineral.
expand as well as
Yep.
Ver is going. I'm sure they both know their normal builds.
I think
So,
Ver's
yeah.
showing off. He's like, check me out. I did the same build without a second depot or a marine.
And
What
Ver
you know?
kind of bypasses that natural though. He doesn't see him building it until now. Just now he sees it. He comes back after he goes into the main. He sees what's going on. Maker still hasn't scouted just yet, but I'm sure that's going to play into his. He may have a set build like we were talking about earlier. Like, hey, no matter what, I'm going to do this build. Coin toss. Maybe I win, maybe I don't, and it's a best of 5 though, so you can afford to toss a game like that. Not saying not scouting is tossing a game, but I'm just saying if he were to go some kind of weird all-in build, it wouldn't be such a terrible thing this early into a best of 5.
Well,
Because he's not there.
I want to see if we're actually going to see what we talked about, which was that mobility versus that firepower, because Ver is opting to go triple barracks, and Maker is opting to go factory. So I want to see if we're going to see heavy bio versus siege tanks.
Yeah, and that would. There's always arguments about that. There's always like people saying, "Oh, tanks are better. Oh, all bio's better," or it's one of those perpetual arguments right now. So I always like seeing the matchup, and I don't think it's better in either favor. I think it's how you play it. I think it goes to the better player. And there's 2 factories now again, which we're seeing for Maker, which is actually what Ver did in his first game against Terror Australis. So. Yeah, that tech lab, but no.
He did it in both games, actually. Even in the second game, he did. Whoa, third factory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 factories for Maker right now, and reactor on one, tech lab on the other. Probably gonna get blue flame. Probably gonna get Hellions really quick, and that can deal with. Oh no, tanks and probably siege if he's getting tanks. I can't imagine getting tanks without siege. So, yeah, wow. But hey, Ver's up there doing harassment. Maybe gonna lose that orbital command for him. Pretty big. That's the thing about a mech heavy build. And he's shooting down. He's repairing.
No, he's repairing.
Falling back to that bunker. Yeah, okay. But he's gonna lose that refinery definitely. There's no tanks out yet, and even if he does get the tanks out, there's no siege. And without siege, that many Marines is gonna smash a tank.
Yeah, he's just gonna shoot down a lot of these workers at this point. I also, by the way, am having a bit of a lag issue.
Not bad at all. Okay, 34 to 24 harvesters right now, though. So he's in a big economic lead. If you look at the income, it's 200 for Maker as opposed to 1,100 for Ver right now, and that's a pretty substantial lead. And he's got more Marines rallied, heading out there, and he's just building more barracks and more barracks. I feel like he's just going for a super heavy Marine Marauder push and trying to end this game early, or at least keep the pressure on and keep him sweating. And he's taking that down. He's taking that natural orbital command down more and more. But Siege is done, and Siege can take on a lot of Marines. He's able to pick those Marines off. As if you look at the units lost right now, Maker's only lost 9, whereas Bear's lost 16 with 800 resources to 475. So that is a pretty good exchange. Well, see, I feel like even though Bear may have lost more units there and more resources spent into it, he didn't lose the economy. Like, yes, straight up one-on-one, the amount of money, he's chasing more of them down with those Hellions in the middle of the map. But he may have lost more money, but the economy is really what he hurt, and he's still ahead of him by about 600, between 500 and 700. It's fluctuating right now. Resources, so it's really a good trade-off when you can do something like that. As he begins to break down his gold rocks there to do his gold expand, maybe the ever ballsy triple expand like
back door into the natural with the Hellions. By the way, sorry if I'm lagging. I think there might be some storm going on outside.
Watched in the last game that we covered, but there you go. On this Hellions, he's pulling his Ursas away. Oh, it's all good. He chases his Hellions away with those 2 stem Marauders. Marauders are excellent against any kind of harassment, basically, except for air harassment, obviously, because they can't shoot air. But they're good for Reaper harass. They're good for Hellion harass. Anything like that. Just because of the slow and the big range that they have, they can push them away. And if they're trying to run away, they can kind of rope them down, and you can focus them and manage to kill them. As he brings, which is kind of strange, Ver moves an orbital command into that 3rd base. So he's trying to get a heavy economic lead and not a contain. He normally, I think we see a planetary fortress in that position right there in the gold, which is, yeah, like I said, pretty standard, but a little bit different. But Ver has not played normal in any of the games that we watched him, so why would he do it now? And I like it.
Maybe he's just going to go for more bio. Maybe he's just going to get a lot more barracks and just really use the economy lead to his advantage. Because I mean, Marauders versus these Hellions is a joke.
For a bio building army as Terran, you're always going to be your goal is to be able to outproduce the enemy. So as a newer player, if you're new to doing the all bio build, you may feel like you're losing the entire game. You may feel like, hey, I keep going toe to toe with this guy, we keep trading armies. But if you're trading armies with an all bio army and an all mech army, you're winning because your units are usually cheaper than that mech army. So you're definitely winning. So if you're able
I
to
like
stay
this
even
play
basis,
here from Maker, by the way. If you notice, he's flying that barracks ahead of his mech arm. So that he doesn't run into a big bile ball that just stim packs when he doesn't have his tanks sieged up, which is really classy play right
take
there.
advantage of that. It's actually cheaper to proxy build a barracks. Yeah. And it's definitely cheaper to float a barracks into your enemy's bases and scout what he's got going on, as opposed to an orbital command. And usually, you can actually see more with that barracks, in my experience, than you can with a single scan. As Blue Flame is going up for Maker right now, as there's a drop
in the
going
main,
on,
by the way.
Sniping. Oh, he's just taking out workers. 67 to 46 workers right now. As he picks up, a lot of those workers are fried, but he's able to pick up a lot of them and just kind of hang out because there's no anti-air units as he flies to the south of Maker's base.
Again, we were talking about mobility. He's got another bio ball at the left side Zelnaga, and he's been shooting the gold bases down below half health because he's been doing drops in the main and attacking the natural at the same time. Siege tanks, oh no, bio ball, it
brings it down. He's definitely going to repair it.
I like this expansion for blue on the left side of the map, somewhere where you wouldn't expect, and on the right side again.
Oh yeah, that's another. That's
Fair
another.
Just expands like crazy.
Another good thing about about going heavy bio in TVT is that you're able to expand a lot. You're able to be mobile, because if one of those bases is attacked, he can just jump in those, you know, either stem and run over, or jump in the medevacs and run over if it's a smaller attack, and just able to do that.
Attacking the natural
again. A lot
again.
of Hellions and tanks, though. This is not going to get very far.
The problem is these Hellions have no upgrades. He has no upgrades for any of this mech. It's like, if you're dedicating yourself to mech, upgrade it, please, please upgrade. You know, like, he's upgrading his bio.
But as many units as Maker has right now, it would be hard for him to have upgrades also on 2 bases. I mean, he has that 3rd base up now, yes, and now I'm sure we're going to see upgrades at this point. But on 2 bases with that many units, it's hard. Which is what, dealing with an army like this, he's going to have to. He's going to have a lot of units as opposed to upgrades. But yeah,
6 bases for Maker now, by the way.
The later you go into any
he's
game,
doubled the bases of 6 bases for Ver. He's doubled the bases of Maker at this point.
Yeah. See, but he's doubled the bases, but as a bio army, you have to choose your engagement.
Attack at the gold and he lifts up quick.
Into those tanks, because that many tanks is going to put a good hurting on any amount of as he pushes onto his gold base, makes him lift as his income drops. And there he goes, harassing with those. Oh, right as he sends him. Well, he doesn't see the SCV sending, and he comes back to his tank. Can't stray far. I can't help but think right now, if Ver were to go any kind of air unit, Banshees, battle cruisers, any kind of air-to-ground unit, he could run the game right now, because that's all he has. He doesn't have, and he's just building more factories, more tech labs. He's not building any anti-air units at the moment, and he's got so many bases, he could afford to go battle cruisers right now and be okay.
Command center down at Maker's Natural, by the way. He sniped it out.
Yeah, Maker's getting his natural rebuilt right now, building a 4th on the left as he's being attacked right now by this bio. But those tanks siege up, and he's able to push him back. Planetary Fortress with a lot of SCVs, if they're able to get that surround like that, is almost indestructible by just about any army, unless a Zerg is just able to catch you with your pants down without repairing and send a billion banelings and blow that up real quick. A lot of SCVs repairing that Planetary Fortress is pretty big. Able to get a lot of kills usually.
Still, just barracks and factories from Blue. I'm surprised no starports, man. 0 starport.
No, he's got a starport. He's got a starport with a reactor. He's just not building too many units out of it. He's getting a couple medevacs, but not too many. He's only got 4 total, or 9 actually. My bad, they're just spread out. He's got 9 medevacs total, and he's having to deal with this siege tank wall. Like I said, for Maker, the siege tank Planetary Fortress wall is hard to mess with. He's gonna take heavy casualties going, but he sees him, that mobility that I'm talking about, going out to the right, but he also sees him doing that, so he's able to play around in the middle a little bit. I feel like if Ver were able to swing out a little bit further to the right or left, he could run by and do a lot of damage.
Hellions in the 3rd natural for Maker. He's going to take all of those SCVs out of Ver's.
Oh man, just frying those SCVs. He's running them out, but they're still going to be chased down. There's nothing. 4 units there to finally get in there, but they're still takes a lot of units down.
And Maker scans the like 5th blue all the way on the right side of the map. He knows that Ver is just controlling this map. Ver pushes in on the blue at the left side. Okay, so now Maker's down to 2 bases basically.
Able to smash that far left command center as he snipes out all those SCVs with a couple medevacs.
Maker's going for the gold.
Oh, he's built a few
Maker gonna push all in,
slowly pushing in on him. But as he
might see all in
his gold. Oh, they're trading right now. Trading gold expansion.
I think Maker would win a trade. He's got so much damage.
Units, and he just dies. He sieges right now. He's able to. Oh, he's gonna smoke this army of Bears. And Bear runs away, using that mobility once again, like we said, and he sends those Hellions in to. Oh man, just roasting SCVs right now.
I think Maker's gonna win this trade-off, man.
He just might. He just might.
The Blue Flame Hellions at this point are just tearing up Marines. I think he needs to switch to basically all Marauders.
Maker at the moment only has about 1,000 minerals, whereas Bear's got 3,000 and 1,000 gas. So, I mean, yeah, they're doing a trade-off, but if Bear's able to do any damage to his economy at all, he's still going to be okay because he's got so many bases. I mean, yeah, he may have lifted the one off, but he hasn't lost any command centers or orbitals yet. He just lifted them because...
Yeah, but the problem here is, if you look, Maker is just planted right in that area where he has like 3 bases under his control, and he just keeps sending the Hellions around the map. He's
here
already...
Here comes the drop on his siege tanks. He's dropping right on his siege tanks and making them kill each other. Good drop, good drop. He lost a lot of siege tanks. There's only 3 left in that area. 3 left, and they're all at orange or below.
But look at the income. Bear only has 17 harvesters. He's only got 300 income at a time right here, and Maker's got 57 with 750 income. I mean, Maker really did the most damage.
He's only got 3 SCV building structures, whereas where Bear has 6.
Bear needs to repair that orbital in the natural here. It's going to go down 8 health, 5 health, 3 health, 2, 1, done.
But hey, he's managed to clean up that attack, and he's pushing out forward. But, oh man, they're, again, different lanes. But he sees him. Maker comes back, and he's engaging that army, sieges up. You know, he's able to catch him out of position and get a couple kills. Push him back to that Zelnaga tower. He doesn't have vision anymore. He's going back to his gold base, and I think he may kind of play defense from there. But, able to slow one of those down, one of those Hellions down. Doesn't even get it, but he sieges up by the second left Zelnaga tower closer to Bear.
Still, why do we have no Banshees? Why are there no battle cruisers? What is going on from Bear?
I don't know. A heavy air army at this point would have won. Oh, just smoked
like
all those
battle cruiser, a single battle cruiser would take out the entire army. It's Hellions and tanks. A single battle cruiser.
Again, I feel like, and when you get in this mode and it's this late in the game, your heart's pumping, your adrenaline's going, you might not be thinking as clearly as you would in the beginning. I feel like these guys are dedicated to their builds that they did in the early. Like he says, I'm going to go all mech, I'm going to go all Hellions, I'm going to go all tanks, and he's going, I'm going to go, 50-50 bio tanks. And
planetary fortress down on the left side, not to cut you off.
Yeah, and I feel like they're being a bit too stubborn to just kind of be flexible and adapt. And another engagement goes on. And, oh man,
I think RS stands for really stubborn. I think that's what we're gonna go with from now on.
At this point, the games that we watched so far, that's definitely what it stands for.
It's such stubborn gameplay.
For another
drop on top of the tank.
Drop on the tanks again as he unsieges, which is good, but a little bit slow, and he's gonna be able to get most of those tanks, if not all of them. All those tanks murdered.
That's it. We're gonna see a good game from Maker now. This is over. It's only a matter of time.
A command center on the left for some reason. Maybe a planetary fortress to block, but it's sniped out. As that big engagement also is going on by Maker. He sieges up. 3 tanks left. A bunch of Hellions. But he sees that. He's able to push on with that mobile army, like we said. And he's takes all the tanks out. Only a couple of Hellions left as they retreat back to that bunker. Oh, he doesn't finish that command center. The command center is still being built on the left side, outside of Bear's blue far west base there. So like I said, I'm not sure.
I still boggles my mind why we haven't seen a Banshee. There's the GG, but no Banshee, no battle cruisers.
As Bear wins the first game in a best of 5. Good TVT though, good game. I like that. I feel like he switched his build though. Bear built in the game that we watched the fast factories and built all mech. In this game, he kind of did the opposite.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed really stubborn play from both players. Like all tanks, all Hellions. I mean, no bio to back it up.
Yeah,
we did see it work once, but then no air. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
play Terran. Don't get me wrong. I don't play Terran. I'm a Protoss player myself. But when I come up against like Zerg, and all they're gonna do is go Link Roach, I'm going Void Rays. I don't care if I open 4 gate. I don't care if I have like 20 gateways down. I'm going Void Rays. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know why
And
there
that's a
wasn't a
big part of the game
Banshee.
is being flexible and being able to change what you got going on. The next map is actually picked by Maker. It's going to be Steps of War, which is a much smaller map. Still a 1v1 map, still much smaller, much closer positions. Usually a pretty quick ending map, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, the lack of flexibility really hurt both players there. They were just kept trying to bang that round block through a square hole and just, you know, round up slugging it out a lot more than they had to, as I think. 1 second.
We're gonna have to get Bobcat in here. I'm gonna suggest him to
I'm
the
at
game,
it.
and then okay, and then Bobcat's gonna have to add RS Velen to the list, or Valen, or as I like to call him, Van Halen.
All right, here we go. Game 2 in a best of 5. Ver is joining. It's Ver versus Maker, both in Team RS. And yeah, getting ready to start game 2 in a best of 5, best of war. Ver won the first game, TVT, on
Steps of War.
Zelnaga Caverns with a mostly, I would say all bio, but mostly bio build. A couple tanks late in the game. Medevacs obviously, because if you go that late in the game, obviously you can't go just Marines and Marauders that late in the game with STEM. You're just gonna kill yourself pretty much. And yeah, pretty interesting game. So I'm interested to see the rest of the way these other ones play out.
I'm hoping there isn't stubborn gameplay, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like watching these guys play. I do like TVT, but just seeing tanks and Hellions move around the map and not going any air makes me feel like maybe I should be in a clan
Yeah.
playing in pro leagues because I definitely would have made Banshees at some point. I would have been like, well, you know
Yeah,
what, Banshees would be sweet.
There's two things about that though. It's like hindsight is 20/20. I mean, we can see both sides of the game. We're not watching just one point of view from a guy. We don't see what he sees, and we don't think what he thinks. And also, they're so pumped up in the middle of the game that it's probably hard for them to make those kind of decisions. You know what I mean? But and also another thing that we see we keep making comments about their more unique builds. They're probably really well practiced builds, and they just have been practicing so much, which is another problem. You practice one way so much, you neglect to think about the intangibles of the game. Some weird stuff that could happen to you, and not able
Trust
to
me,
transition out of it.
I'm Protoss. Are you kidding me? I 4-gated for like 5 months, and then trying to do anything else like basically blew my mind. They're like, oh, you have problems with Zerg, why don't you try 3-gate expand? I'm like, what? 3-gate expand? My head like blows out the side of my skull.
You can do something besides 4-gate? What the F?
Yeah, what? So wait. Do I drop 4 gates and then cancel one or destroy it? Like, how does this work?
I just built 4 gates and only used 3 of them?
So yeah, I totally understand, but I don't know. I just feel like if you played it, that was a long game. That had to be at least 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
If you play such a long
And a
game
lot
and
of
all you
times
see
we've been
is
proven
tanks and
wrong on this
Hellions.
map. We've seen a lot of maps where we think it's going to be just a straight rush or some kind of all-in build, and it turns out being the longest match of the series. So you never know.
Yeah, we had that.
TVT.
We had that with EG Axlab versus what was it? Who was that? It was Axlab versus
M&M?
no, the guy that had the weird name from Energy,
Kaya?
Astoji,
Stoji.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the last game. That was the last game of an overtime, actually.
Yeah,
Which
it
is
was on this map. It was
e-rev.tv
really long.
under the VODs if you want to watch that. Pretty epic match. Could have gone either way, but yeah, it was a surprisingly a macro game on Steps of War, which is a little weird.
Okay, well, let's get the spawning positions out of the way. Bottom left corner, Blue Terran, RSver, both of these guys from RS. And spawning in the top right position, Yellow Terran, RSmaker. So, Ver is up, or Ver, I don't know. I'll change it up how I feel fit. But, Ver is up 1 game in this best of 5 show match. Just a little RS fun, bringing something to the community to watch, you know, for Team Liquid and e-rev here. You know, so big thanks to RS for doing that for us.
Definitely.
Also,
and another.
Go ahead.
I feel like if they were to do the same builds on this map, the heavy mech build would win on this map just because it's such a short position with so many cliffs. Tanks are going to be really good on this map, so it would surprise me if these, unless one of them was going for a rush, if they both don't go for tanks.
Drops are really effective on this map too.
He's got the earlier gas than Ver, so we might see kind of the same thing from Ver. And Maker, actually.
And side note, I also want to congratulate RS again on their victory over Terror Australis in the ESEA.
Week 1 ESEA. Very good.
So let's
the
see what
next
happens.
2 matches we're casting tomorrow actually is going to be VT and Eternal Plague versus and another RS game, RS versus Insanity. So
both in CEVO professional.
Should be good as well. Last week is CEVO actually, so before playoffs, teams trying to get their final last couple rounds in before they make playoffs.
Hopefully we'll follow the guys through playoffs. And we have a fast expansion for Ver. And I don't think Maker's gonna opt to go fast expansion because he's already got the factory down and he's really spending his money. So
yeah, going double refinery like that early and getting a factory is gonna be not usually an expand fast build. Might be a fast drop build, fast banshees, fast some kind of tank, some kind of tech basically. Not a fast expand heavy build.
We're gonna see Banshees, I think, because the tech lab's on the factory, and he's building the start port right next to it. So we're gonna see Banshee play double gas
I think
like
we'll
that.
See Banshees, especially those Marines spread out like they are, blocking the ramp, not letting him see what's going on. But usually when I see either a ramp block or a lot of just unupgraded Marines that early, you kind of get a feel for what's coming. So I like to think Bear is going to know what to do in this situation as he builds a reactor on his barracks and a factory himself.
Well, we have to make sure that hopefully that factory doesn't end up landing on that reactor and he doesn't just go Hellions or something like that.
First and a Hellion with looks like maybe a fast blue flame Hellion drop.
That'd be nice.
Instead.
These guys really favor that blue flame. They've been using it all the way out, and something you usually don't see that often unless you know, obviously, I guess you're against Zerg, you see it here and there, but even still, not so much there. Mostly just siege tanks.
He's pushing out with those Marines, just trying to see his composition. He's probably going to see his bunker and turn around. He stops right beforehand. Yep, sees it, and he says, nope, not worth it. Goes back home.
Cool bunker. See you, pal.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets a scan. He's going to see that the factory is there with a tech lab on it. He's going to see that Hellion. He sees the starport. He knows it's coming. He knows it's coming.
He does. We'll see how he reacts to it. He's building a Viking, but the Viking is rallied to where probably a medevac should have been rallied. Probably his first choice in units, but he sees that medevac and he's able to build a Viking. Let's see if it comes out in time. He's building a tank, all Marines, and let's see. That medevac is obviously going to go around the...
Hopefully it doesn't get too close to that starport, because if that Viking has that speed advantage and range, oh, it's going to be close.
He's also sending Marines to break down those back rocks. He drops them off.
Here it comes.
He doesn't see that yet.
Oh, it was only 3, not 4, but 3 blue flame Hellions. Oh, SCV's fried. Damn.
All you need to one-hit SCV's probes anything is 2, though. So 3 is great, but it's slightly overkill, and he's able to get all those kills and just take off.
He wasn't going to break down those rocks. He was going to fight off that Viking. Look,
As he
great
takes them
play.
Down, there's Marines. Yeah, not not there to take him, just there to harass that Viking, which is excellent foresight by Maker there.
SCVs go straight down from those Blue Flame Hellions. You know, coincidentally, that's how the
But
Terminator was destroyed at the end of Terminator 2.
If Ver were to push with the units that he has right now, I think he could just go straight through his base and run it over.
I don't think so. He's only got like 2 tanks and a couple of Marines. Do the tanks have
Yeah,
siege?
but all he
Yeah,
has
they're
is
done.
Hellions, and 1 Banshee. I feel like he could just run that over. He's getting cloaked now, slightly later than you would imagine your normal.
Hellions dropped again. Oh, more SCVs down. Is he gonna get that mule? Getting that mule would be huge. More. Oh, that Hellion has 7 kills on it.
Bear at the moment are 26 to 30 for Maker, and yeah, the income is even for just came back. He put him back because he's got 2 bases. Send those Marines back home, and the Hellions as well.
Is he gonna push out?
He's putting this initial push out, but it's seen.
If those Banshees are out. Cloak isn't done though, so it's gonna be easy for those Vikings to pick him off. Oh, Marine's out of position. He's gonna lose him. Oh, and the Vikings taking out the Banshee.
Man,
is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it?
He chases him. He's chasing him.
That's gonna be repaired. Oh no, he's gonna get it. Oh, I would have went in.
Repaired as he turns around, and he's probably gonna siege right outside of that cliff and harass that. Nope, never mind. Making me look like a jerk again. Pushing straight into his natural as he sieges up on the ramp. Just going for a straight up attack, not even a harass.
I lost a game like this as Protoss to a Terran who just kept his siege tanks right there on that ramp, and I just couldn't do anything. Just kept pushing in little by little and contained me. It's quite annoying.
But when that cloak is done, which it is, he may be able to.
Banshee's in the natural taking out SCVs.
Yep,
Cloaking. He's gonna shoot those Marines. Does he have 50 energy on either of his bases? No, he doesn't. Can't scan.
No, he doesn't. 42 and 16. He's got the Vikings in position, so if he runs out of energy, he's going to be in trouble. Other than that, he's just got to wait. 50 is done, but he splits them up just in time, so he's going to get that one
good play.
to be able to go to town on the main base. As he's bringing him down, he's got less harvesters than he does now. 27
7, 8,
and 29
9.
Maker.
10 kills on this Banshee.
Still,
This Banshee is a champion.
Time to wait for that next scan.
12, 13. They just keep going. 14, 15. This Banshee's doing work.
Man,
60.
Split though. If you saw that, by the way, he waited until there was about 50 and he split both of them up. He says,
Yeah,
you only
great
got
play.
one scan, I'm not worried about it. Goes into the main base and just clears it out.
Look at this. Cleared completely.
Oh my
24
God.
kills. There's the scan. Too
Finally
late.
Killed. Excellent trade. You sacrificed that any day. Oh my God.
Now, while that happened, what did we
Excellent.
miss? Where did Blue's army go? At the ramp. It's gone.
Yeah, I was definitely focused on the Banshee harass. Should have been scanning around.
Oh,
But,
man,
yeah,
we
the
missed something
income
big.
is over double for Maker right now than it was, and which is funny because Ver got his base up a lot quicker than he did.
Banshee
He picks
down.
off that
Vikings
third
don't
Banshee
play her.
before he even gets there. But the Hellions are coming in. He's gonna get
Oh, they're
get much
destroyed.
done. Turns around too late. A little bit of slow reaction. Still good. Right now, as those Vikings are kind of pushing in, just trying to look, not trying to do any major damage. Maybe catch another Banshee on the way, but just kind of looking at what's up.
Kind of surprised that
They
Maker.
trade off armies and go into a more defensive stance now.
I'm kind of surprised Maker hasn't gotten a second refinery yet, his natural, and he's only got one worker on the first refinery too. It's not really getting all that much gas.
That's true. But, I mean, he's not spending it too fast either. He's not doing too much in gas-intensive stuff besides a couple tanks and those Banshees and...
Banshee down again in the natural, by the way. And he's out of scans. He had to use another 50 energy just to get a last shot on that
he's
Banshee.
not building any more Banshees, though. I don't know if he's psychic or if they're in the same room. He's doing a secret screen looking. But they're not building any more Banshees, so he's not going to need any more of those scans. And he's looking to do standard tank Viking right now, kind of trying to creep up on him, gain air control with those Vikings, and kind of see a little bit further than Maker's tanks can.
He's going to take that SCV out. Oh no, he's going to aim for the mineral line. He's going to get the mule. Oh, getting the mule is huge.
And not even just the kills that he gets with that. He's able to force them all to stop mining, period. So they can't mine anymore as long as he's sieged up there, which is what we were talking about earlier when I thought he was going to be doing this as opposed to a straight attack. He's trying to... Oh, no.
Oh, jeez. Maker's just losing so much to those tanks. Oh, Blue Flame Hellion drop going to the main. Oh, the Viking catches it. But the Hellions are down.
Still able to drop 3. Still able to drop all of them. And he's
running like crazy.
Probably quite a few of those.
He's gotten 3 so far. 4.
10 kills for 1 Hellion.
He got 6 SV. He got 6 on that drop. Well, that one Hellion had extra kills from the last drop.
Oh yeah, they've been alive for a while. Those are veteran.
Ooh,
Hellions.
Orbital Command. Orbital Command in the main for Maker is at 8 health.
7, 6, 5, 4. Oh,
done. Oh.
Doesn't repair.
We have an all-in push. Here come the SCVs. Here come the SCVs.
This is it. This is it. He bypasses.
That tank can siege. Oh, that's over. It's over.
No, I think he may be able to clean this up, but he's I don't know if he's going to be able to do an attack from here. As he cleans up, he sends that bottom half to attack, the top half finishing up those siege tanks. He's sending everything to his base right now. Everything is being pulled for bear right now. Oh my god. He's pushing through this. Wow,
he's got to get that tank.
Surprisingly well. I don't know.
Oh, Bear GG. Wins. Wow.
And
talk about all the time.
Able to bring it 1-1. Wow, excellent decision making for him, by the way. I would not have done that, and it came through. But I guess it's not that big of a, not that crazy of a stretch when you think about it. I mean, we don't have the mind of an RS pro gamer, but they're both on 2 bases. They're both kind of trading back and forth. So we said, you know what? We're kind of even right now. Screw it. I'm gonna pull everything and just take it to you. And like
I think
Day 9 said, really sometimes the best strategy is just to go and F and kill him.
There you go, way to keep it PG. But I think what really did it for Maker was Ver only had 3 tanks in siege mode out of like the 6 or 7 he had in the middle. The other 4 weren't sieged. Had they been sieged, though, I think it'd have been a whole different story.
Yeah. A lot of the siege army are going against the siege armies is learning how to catch them out of position and just putting yourself in places where you can catch them out of position. And in a map like that, it's so small that it's not hard. And siege is really strong because you can straight siege turret all the way up to the opponent's base, but also, yeah, it's easy to put a couple of spotters out. Spotter could be any kind of unit, just with vision, and see when you see him moving and when you can catch him out of position. Because a siege army is not going to be anything when you catch him out of position.
I think my ventrilo lagged up for a second, but I didn't lag in game.
It's all good.
Awkward.
Hey, Bobcat, we've invited you to the next game. If you're here. Alright, you might be in busy mode. You gotta leave the game that you're in, and then we'll invite you to this one.
He's sitting in the menus. I did suggest.
There we go. Hey, go ahead and invite RS Valen, Bobcat, to friends. So it'll just be easier when we do it.
Everyone's a referee because we are awesome.
He says no, only the casters, no.
Everyone else has to be a spectator, make it real difficult, huh?
Alright, there we go.
Oh, no, watch, Jack Sparrow's gonna get to stay as a referee.
Jack Sparrow, that cheating bastard. It's all good. It's all good. This is good anyway.
Oh, they got it at
We're
the
all
last
friends here.
second. Dang.
We're all
Dang.
friends. Oh, okay. Oh, catches him. That's an excellent pro. That's why he's a pro. Able to catch the referees and the spectators just when you think he can't do it. Here we go. Spawning at close air positions. We got Ver at 12 o'clock, and we got Maker at 3 on Lost Temple, which is a Terran map. So Terran's going to win this map.
Yep, okay, so spawning at the 3 o'clock position, yellow Terran, RS Maker. And spawning 12 o'clock position, red Terran, RS Ver. So, like you said, close air positions, obviously 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, we're going to see probably a lot of Viking, a lot of Banshee, a lot of drops, just a lot of airplay. But that really does allow them to expand, because if you look, both players can expand to their natural right outside their base. Both players can easily take the gold. Both players can easily take those other 2 expansions that would be spawning points and their islands. So this really can turn into a very long macro game, unless played early is a lot of airplay, like a lot of Banshee harassment, a lot of drops and stuff
and
like that.
let me kind of correct you a little bit there. That's what we expect to happen. Normally what happens when you're casting a game is what you expect to happen goes out the window, and they make you look like a retard because you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what they're doing. They'll do some new kind of off-the-wall build that you've never heard of, and you're just left in awe, which is why we watch, I guess. So, you know, more power to them. And Maker and Bear have both done this to us already, casting their games previously, and let's see what they got in store for us this game.
It's going to be crazy. Maker's probably going to go Ultralisks, and Ver will probably counter by going carriers.
Most likely. I heard if they tie here, they're going to go into an arm wrestling match, and then we will bring you that as well. They will arm wrestle each other, standard rules, one match, just down and dirty, strongest arms wins, and that's it. That's who wins.
I'd be down to see that.
Maker's going for that same build again, 1 barracks, 2 supply, which is again different, just different than what I've seen. I don't know if we'll see more of it in the future. Clearly he's got a better grasp on the game than us because he's on RS and not
whoa,
you know,
16 expansion for Ver. That's
yeah,
crazy
fast
quick.
Expand again. Well, he did it right after, if you notice, that that scout saw. He said, all right, we're not close positions, boom, putting that expansion down. Gets it down. He's been doing 1 barracks expansion anyway, so I wouldn't expect a slow expansion from him, but that's very quick.
Terran,
As he gets his gas at 19, slightly supply blocked. He might be doing a supply drop here. If not, I'm not entirely
no,
sure.
he's got one at the bottom. No, it's at the bottom. It's done.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, TVT, it's important to spread your buildings out so that you don't get dropped on as bad, especially on Lost Temple or proxied. Getting proxied on Lost Temple is a very viable option as well, just because of how big your main island is. It's you need to spread your units out. And in TVT,
go ahead.
I was saying in TVT you spread your units out as opposed to in a TVZ, as if you're anticipating Mutalisk, you kind of need them closer together so that your turrets have a little bit more coverage.
Maker sent a scouting SUV all around the map, and when it made it to the natural of Ver, he was able to snipe it out before it was able to see that that expansion is up. But Maker, look at this, starport done. So he knows he's there. We're seeing
We're definitely going to see some Banshees here. Last game, we talked about it. This game, I think we're definitely going to see it. Here we go, dropping it
right
down.
on the tech lab.
Let's see.
There you go.
Perfect, right, just enough money. Let's see it. Nope, never mind. Hey, once again. Oh, there it is. Thank God.
Making us look like fools. But he's gonna push out with some Marines, maybe do some harassment because he knows he's on the one barracks.
Yeah.
He's got the Marine advantage right now.
Normally, as a Terran player, when I get that many Marines, what I do is what he's doing right now. I clear both of those Zelnaga towers, and I creep up. I have no anticipation of attacking. I creep up, and I look at what he's got, and then I come right back. So he doesn't know. He doesn't know if you creep just to the edge. He does. Reaper! You can build those? What the hell? There it is! Going. He's gonna see everything. He's not gonna get any. He's gonna get focused down by those SCVs. Nope.
Nope.
Boom. Killed by a Marine. But a Reaper.
Blew my mind. Blew my mind.
Whoa, I need to keep that production tab open just so I don't get surprised again.
Banshee.
Oh my god, I almost died.
Banshee in the base, shooting like crazy. Let's see how many can get.
Man.
2.
Let's see if we see another hero
3.
Banshee with 15 plus.
Nah, he doesn't have cloak. Here come the Marine.
Oh.
5.
Done.
It got 5.
Okay, 5. But yeah, the income for Bear is definitely going to be stronger as he's building a third base already.
This guy expands like crazy. He's like the plague, man.
And that's another sign of a barracks heavy build is expanding a lot more than your opponent. That's what you need to do to win as a barracks heavy build. And it looks like Maker's going mostly tank Marines as he's creeping up to this tower with 2 Vikings pushing to the front of his base. Early attack.
Siege,
this could be bad. There he is.
No siege. Oh, lands the Vikings.
Gonna take that bunker. Gonna take the bunker, but taking heavy losses as he brings the SCVs, pushing him back. Oh, pushing him back. He's got 2 tanks, 1 Marine left. Marine down, 1 tank. Trying to surround 1.
Stim.
1 tank left.
He's gonna lose.
No, that's gone. All the tanks gone. That full attack down. And you know what? He really didn't do that much damage. Ver still has 31 harvesters as he's got 29. His income is ahead, obviously, because he pulled 1 million harvesters to chase him. But still, that not a bad trade for Ver because he's got that third base up already, and he's not taking the gold. He's floating it. Super secret squirrel sneaky base on the far left as he pushes into Maker's natural, and he's going to try and stop that bunker from being done. But Maker's blocking his ramp with those 2 tanks and 2 Marines. He may... Oh, no. He kills that SCV right before it's done. As he forcing him to come forward and save that. Good work. Good work by both players. The bunker's done. It's on fire, though. That's not good. As he separates his tanks.
Tank down.
He's going to siege. No.
Siege isn't done yet.
Oh, Siege
Still
is
not done.
Siege is almost done.
5 seconds.
Okay, but he maintains building on that expansion on the natural as the Marines and Marauders heading out probably to the tower. Nope, just to the front of the base. Alright,
tank drop?
Another barracks going down.
We're gonna see a tank drop on the ledge. Sorry for yawning. I'm just a little groggy.
Oh no, it's all good. I mean,
Marine's gonna take it out. I woke up at the crack at 10:30.
Oh.
PM. Oh, he's gonna get it with that Marine though.
He needs to drop that. Or he's gonna
He's gonna to the ledge. Wow, hero medevac right there.
To snake it around and maybe make it to that ledge. I think that's where he was aiming, like you were saying. And there he is. There we go. He's gonna
siege up.
He's definitely put some kills on that because he gets out of range of those Marauders, and he's able just gonna rain hell on that before there's either a Banshee or a drop on that ledge, and that's gonna be good. Even if there he goes, giving a little bit more vision to that tank. Not bad, not bad. In Lost Temple, that's why they call this a Terran map. That's why I call it Terran map, is because those cliffs are right by the natural, leaving you space to drop a tank or a Thor or basically anything on the ledge uncontested until they have vision. So that's why they call it Terran map, as he takes down that refinery and several SCVs. 7 kills for this tank, 8 kills for this tank as he unsieges, moving forward a little bit. But now he sieges up again, but now he's in range of any ranged unit
Marauders and stuff.
Yep. Which is basically every single unit. So he's taking those SCVs.
He doesn't have enough for a scan though on any of his buildings, unfortunately. so he can't see the
Until
tank.
he sees that medevac coming, and he's able to go. Oh, he gets away. He gets away with 5 health. Excellent,
2 Marines waiting right there at the gold. Are they gonna... Oh, man, this medevac. Ridiculous.
And Maker really...
Oh, nope, he's going to drop.
He's only got 1 factory, and... Oh, he's able to take that down. But still, I think that's a win for Maker on that point. As there's a drop going on at his base, and he forces him out with just SCVs, 1 Marine.
There's a drop on Bear's main, too. Look, it's on the factory. He takes out the tech lab.
Just drop central. He takes out the tech lab. Which, for those of you newer players, the priority of targets that you should target, if you can, he targets back in his base, or drops back in his base to heal his units. But the things you should target guaranteed kills when you're doing a drop, which is, it goes basically, if you're dropping on a Terran, it should be SCVs, supply depots, or add-ons. You shouldn't be targeting the command center unless you know that you can blow it up for some reason, you know, barracks or factories or whatever. You should be targeting add-ons, supply depots, and SCVs, and that should be basically it.
Yeah, you definitely...
building 2 more.
Yeah, he's getting 2 more bases, but you definitely want to go for those add-ons, especially against Terran, because if he has reactors, it's going to cancel whatever was in the second spot being made. If it's tech labs, it's going to cancel if it was something that required the tech lab to be made. I mean, I think Marauders still come out sometimes, but then what they have to do is rebuild that add-on, and it causes them to not be able to produce units. That's a big drop. That's like 24
Marines. Pretty quick. That's an overwhelming army for Maker.
Still doesn't load anything up. Oh!
But he
loaded up in the 1.
He loses the medevac also. Oh my god.
He actually, he loaded up into the 1 medevac that got shot down first, but he had another drop in the natural. Look at this. Is he going to take this orbital? I think he's got too many Marauders.
That's what I was talking about that bio-heavy armor. You're everywhere. They feel like you're everywhere at once, and it's hard to deal with. As the income goes down for 2,000 for Ver, as Maker goes down to 500. As he's back up, as he put all his SCVs back, but for that seconds that he had him, he still has 69 harvesters to 42 for Maker.
These guys are sick of these drops. Look at this. Look at this. Missile turrets everywhere. Sensory towers, missile turrets. They're not playing anymore. They're sick and tired of these drops.
Yeah. Somebody's feelings are about to be hurt, and I want to be the first to bring it to you. As he takes the gold, oh man, again overexpanding. 3rd base going out for Maker, but I don't think it's going to be in time. Maker seems to be like a heavy 2-base player. Like when he gets at 2nd base, he's got solid, really great strategies and plans that he's doing. But anything past that, I feel like Ver is a macro late game player, and I think that's what we're seeing again. Is he's building another command center. He says, half of the map isn't enough for me. I want your half too, and he's about to take it. As there we go. Maker is still mostly barracks. They're both actually mostly barracks. Basically the same on both sides. The upgrades, we're looking at 1-1 for Ver right now, which is kind of, for a bio army, kind of a little bit not as good as you should have late in the game. But Maker has 0-0, but he's been pretty busy. What I think is kind of sweet for the TVT is if you look in between the main of Maker and Ver, in the middle of those 2 bases, there's a zone that is overlapping between Maker's sensor tower and Ver's sensor tower, where if there's a unit in that oval, that they're both going to know it's right there, and that it's basically a shared, hey, look, I have drops coming at your base, and they both know about it. It's kind of a gentleman's agreement in the middle of those bases there.
Well, Ver, again, 6 bases to 3. Again, doubling Maker. Oh, Jack Sparrow lagging out. Yeah. What?
That pirate internet isn't as good as they say it is.
For real.
That last base is going up, but
the Black
if
Pearl.
You look at Ver, Ver's in a good position to defend it too, which is what a lot of players don't do. They'll take that risky last expansion that they're trying to build, and they'll leave it on its own. They say, oh, if they attack it, F it, I don't want to, you know, whatever. As he loads up into all those medevacs, and he scans, I think he might be dropping on that gold. He sees the opening, Nope.
He could
Maybe
drop.
not.
He could
Oh,
drop
no, he drops
in
all his
between the
units.
two
I would have loved to seen that.
gas geysers.
Or if you look at the gold expansion for Maker, he could have dropped
Now
right
he can
where
drop.
the supply depots. There's a possible engagement as he's sniping out that turret. Might drop now.
Whoa!
Since he sees
Look
that
at Maker's
turret.
base. Look at Maker's base. Look at these barracks. He ain't messing around no more.
Oh, I see it. I see it. And he's got enough as a Terran. That's you have enough to support
right
that
there.
with 2 bases and a gold base as he's building his 4th expansion. Which, if he gets it up, will be interesting. Neither one of them have taken the island. So if he chooses not to move to the island, he's going to be right next to Vair's 6th base.
Level 3 weapons for the Bio Ball for Vair and level 2 armor, so he's way ahead in upgrades right now. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, sieging in. He's going to go for those tanks.
Oh, he's getting.
I think that was a bad move.
Big engagement right there by the 2nd tower. He's going to be pushed back to his 4 tanks that are sieged up. And he's going to try and heal up and just wait there. Good win by Maker, I think.
Yep. I mean, Vair right now, he has a whole bunch of SCVs in his main not doing anything. I don't know why he doesn't just, like, shuffle those over to the gold or to one of the blues right now, because they're just sitting around being idle.
Yeah. He's got
Gonna drop in the main. Look at this. Main drop.
Oh. Here we go. Now dropping on all those building structures.
Oh, he's coming
And
right
gonna
back.
Be able to
Look
choke
at
him
it.
out at the ramp, which is big, but he's stemming past that, just sprinting through, taking a. Oh man, he took a lot of casualties. Really not a win for Vair again. I feel like Maker did pretty good there.
Yeah, but that lets Vair know how many barracks he's really got. And I don't know if you noticed this, but Vair has 4 factories in his natural all the way on the left side at the, like, 8:30-ish, the top one. And he's building another command center at the 9 o'clock, which he's probably going to go float over the island.
Yeah. I can't imagine him going anywhere else. I mean, he's got every other mineral patch besides that one, so yep, and there he goes. He's floating to OC that way. It wouldn't make sense to have anything else there. As he's bringing his huge ball southward.
200 food limit.
He's in the exact middle of the map, going around that
200 versus 200.
kind of structure there.
And then again,
Yep,
Vair still has
200
better
army.
upgrades. He's got 3-2 Bio Ball and 1-0 siege tanks. So siege tanks are sieged up.
Huge engagement right here. Sieging up, runs away to his tanks. They're doing the same thing, running back and forth. They're saying, chase me, chase me. Oh, they're kind of Mexican standoff right now. No Vikings
Vair's gonna take out
for
this
the
national.
players. So it's 7 medevacs and 7 medevacs, and 15 tanks right now for Vair, as opposed to 4 for Maker. Maker's got mostly bio, which I feel like if he would just sprint into that, he might be able to win, but more reinforcements from Vair, so yeah, just hold him off right now as he reinforces.
If you went in now while they're on siege, he'd definitely win. No question. Is he going to flank around the backside? Oh, or is he just going to push for a base? This might be a base trade.
He might be using that mobility that we talked about the bio army. He's going to hit that tower up after he cleans this up. As he unsieges, he sees it, he moves back. Oh no, he's...
You know what I've noticed here? Vair doesn't get planetary fortresses. He really enjoys those orbitals.
just having $1 million all the time. There we go, the SCV is kind of slowing him down a little bit as he goes into his main base. He doesn't have enough medevacs to get these troops out of here, so he's going to just have to inflict as much damage as he can. And that's what he's going to do. He's probably going to try and void this army and not try and attack it, and just try and do as much damage as he can. Oh no, he stops at that ramp and he just is getting focused down by that army. Oh, loses all those units. Right now for Vair, 235 units.
Maker's going to the left side of the map though, look. Oh, but he scans it. Vair scans it.
Another group. Oh man, he's psychic.
Sieging up.
There's another engagement, sieging up, and he's going to lose most of those units. If he might be able to take 1 or 2 of these expansions, but he's going to lose all of those units because he's got no way out.
You know, there's another expansion. If you notice, whenever you see the workers run like that, they're running to another expansion to deposit the mineral they have in their hands, and that gives it away that there's an expansion up there. And look, he's just gonna shoot everything here, but he's so far behind at this point.
Yeah, and right now, if you look at the production, there's only 2 Marauders being remade for Maker. Oh, 5 Reapers now.
5
He's going to
Reapers.
try and do that
What?
harassment. Reapers made by both teams now. That's kind of weird for Terran game, considering the current metagame, which is a super queer word, metagame. But we said it anyway. So a thing you can do as a newer player if you're behind by a lot is harassment and overexpanding, which is both of which Maker's doing, which are solid things right now. He's trying to expand again to where those SCVs you see parked at the south of the map. He's going to drop that orbital command right there. And but he's being pushed on by Ver, and he may cut off everything that he has in the works right now. All those Reapers, everything is going to be within siege range, unless he goes up in his own base and jumps off the cliff there by his 2 medevacs that he has scouting, which I would imagine they're scouting for the Reapers. As he pushes back to his base, he pulls everything again. Bobcat slowed down a little bit right now. That's
Uh-oh. Hope we don't lose our video. Uh-oh.
That would be terrible. And he's back. Thank God. Alright, here we go. Pulls everything back into the base there. He's got those Reapers that he was planning to do expansion, harassment with. Just everything just being smashed by this push. I don't see this game lasting much longer. Excellent push by Ver. Oh no, he's got a good arc on him though. He's pushed him into a choke.
Yeah, he's got his own bio ball behind his tanks. That's the problem.
But he did the same thing he did last time. He's got those tanks in the back. There we go. Good game. Like I was saying, he's got those tanks in the back sieged up, while he's got tanks in the front unsieged, kind of just pushing forward, and maybe not even doing as much damage, but keeping that army from advancing on those siege tanks, which is a huge thing for Terran. Any kind of wall you can make between your siege tanks and the siege tanks themselves is going to be huge.
Definitely. So that puts Ver up 2-1 in this best of 5. So Maker's going to choose the next map.
They're having an argument right now. One said best of 5, one said best of 3. That may have been the end.
Either way, they were good.
Yeah, either way, yeah. All those games were good. None of them were a super quick all-in rush BS game. They were all good, long, actually macro games. With that game taking over just about every map, every mine on the map. Okay, Villain says let's call it best of 3. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you for RS for putting on the show match. And just so you guys know, they put it on just for you. There was no show match planned. They said, hey, our ESEA match ended early. Hey, we want to help everyone out. So they put on a show match for you guys. That for no one else, just the fans. So thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. And thanks to Laser, thanks for Bobcat for doing the video.
Yep, so we're going to be signing out again. Thank you, Team Liquid. Thank you, e-rev. Thanks to RS, obviously, for the show match. I guess thanks to ESEA, because they're going to let us do the cast too. So now we're going to be doing CEVO and ESEA. And if you guys want more matches, again, tomorrow we're going to have 2 Clan Wars go down. So check out e-rev, www.e-rev.tv. You can check the calendars out there. You can check the stream out at Team Liquid. If you guys are in the IRC, we'll give it to you guys there. Again, Twitter, Facebook, look at that. That's pretty much it. I mean, anything else? I think that's about it.
Nope. I mean, we got a couple tournaments in the future that are gonna turn up, but they're over a week or two away. So we'll let you more the closer we get to it. But we should have cast almost every day in the future. So yeah, thanks and keep tuning in.
So that's it, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to e-rev. My name's Laser. That was Trey, and we're out.